A question that comes up very frequently is vibrato. How do you get that flutter in the note? And it sounds very similar to this. And vibrato is not an easy thing to teach. I've always had difficulty coming up with words to describe it. And a friend of mine finally came up with a technique. And he was a voice coach. And the way to do that is take your hand in front of your mouth and go ho, 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 ho. It's not so much saying the word ho, but it's more using the breath to generate that sound. Ho, 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 ho. Now take your other hand and put it over your diaphragm. And while you're doing that, ho, 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 and you'll notice that your diaphragm is moving back and forth. The vibrato comes from the diaphragm. It does not come from the throat, or doesn't come from moving the flute back and forth real fast. It really comes from the bottom of your diaphragm. And in the beginning, when you first try it, it'll be kind of harsh. It'll be a little bit overly exaggerated, but that's okay. That's the beginning. And you'll be amazed how quickly it'll get more subtle and more subtle. And one of these days, you're going to play and you're going to go, wow, I did it. That's great. You've got it. So it's just it's a technique that becomes more subtle over time. But what I'd like for you to do is to practice it and take the flute, put it in your mouth, and literally go ahead and generate that sound. Okay, and again, remember, it's going to sound a little bit harsh. It'll be a little exaggerated, but it's okay. You've got to start somewhere, and it'll develop over a very short period of time. You'll get it. The more subtle it is, and the more you do it, the more subtle it becomes.